Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're in Bridgetown Priory here in Cork. Very interesting story here, a very old tomb and some beautiful monuments. So come on, I'll take you around and I'll tell you more about Bridgetown Priory. So this is 13th century Augustinian monastery known as Bridgetown Priory. Now there was a bridge locally and that's where it got its name from, but Oliver Cromwell actually destroyed that bridge. The priory itself was dissolved by Henry VIII around 1541. So as you can see, we have some beautiful gravestones and monuments in here. So this part of the church, the western half, is the nave and was for the use of lay people who came to hear Mass at the monastery. It was originally longer than it is today, as the tower at the west end was inserted into the church sometime in the 17th century. The high wall with an arched opening that separates the nave from the rest of the church is original, but very little of its cut stone survives. So straight away you can see a beautiful monument there. You can see what's left of those beautiful windows. So let's have a look at this one. Erected by Edmund O'Keefe. And it says Bridget O'Keefe. In memory of their beloved father. Erected by Edmund O'Keefe and Bridget O'Keefe in memory of their beloved father, Timothy O'Keefe, who died October 1878, aged 67, also of William O'Keefe, the beloved child of Edmund O'Keefe. And he was only, I think he was aged 14 years. Any date there?
I think it's 14 months.
Is it? Let me just get a little bit. Aged 14 months. Oh wow. Very sad there for them.
Beautiful monument.
Beautiful monument and an absolutely gorgeous place. Look at that, guys. Absolutely stunning. See the way the foliage there has started to grow on top. So I like this prior. It also has little kind of information boards if you want to read a little bit more about the area. This one is 1962. Jack Mehigan, aged 80 when he passed 1966. Owen, 1961. Dan, 1962. And Paddy, 1997. And then there's a Robert down at the end, and it says, died 10/6, 1926, age just 2.5. Wow, so sad. So we have a number of tombs here as well. But there is a very interesting story actually about one of the tombs in here. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So just here, we have a beautiful cross. It looks like John Joseph Gorman. 1895. O gentle youth, calm rest be thine, love him. That is gorgeous. Very simple cross.
Age 19.
Age just 19. We have two huge chest tombs in here. I don't see any inscription on them. No. Or is there something there actually? My shadow is hiding it. I think it's just kind of like design, a band of designs going along the side of it. We actually have another one here. Don't see any names. Wow, look, there's a cross on this. So this would be quite old as well. This runs the whole way from the top to the bottom. We've more designs here. Look at that. We've actually, you know, this style we have seen before, but that's on the top part. You know, it's on one end and the other. There is something. Is there something there? No? No, it's completely gone. Wow, what's that? That is some sort of inscription as well, isn't it? It's like, what's it look like to you?
Oh, it was a face.
Oh, do you know what it could be? Like the fish tomb, like I'm going to show you. I'm going to show them the fish symbol and the shield. This is obviously, so roaches are connected here, and it says there's a symbol of a fish on their tomb. So that's one, and there's another one just around behind me. Look at the little windows, and we have still some of the magnificent artwork still in stone here.
I think they would have held like that.
I'd say there were like arches come up from them,
Yeah,
and here
pillars,
as well, like pillars, yeah. Still there. Wow, so I think it was built around 1201 and possibly finished building around 1206. That's just approximate. This is the Roche tomb. So this tomb may date to the early 1400s, and you can just see a fish on a shield there. They believe that this is part of the Roche tomb, and as I said, early 1400s. Wow. So 1400s, guys. Just going to...
Would the fish represent as well the Last Supper?
No, there's different. There can be 3 fishes in a shield as well, and I think it's just like kind of like a family crest for the Roches themselves, as far as I know. Now I want to bring you out here. So we have this area. We have some grave markers as well, but very, very interesting. I'm going to tell you the story now. So in the 1830s, a woman was actually living in one of the tombs here. She lived here with 2 cats, and the locals actually fed this woman, so they kind of looked after her. So I mean, I can't imagine, I just cannot imagine how life would have been that she would have chosen to live in one of these tombs. Now, I'm not quite sure which tomb it is. You can see this one just directly in front of me. This one is the only grave slab which can be dated back to the 13th century. And it's here in this small walled enclosure. The slab with a shallow carving of an ornate cross stands upright today, but was probably originally lying down. And you can just see the etching of this ornate cross on it. Now this grave here, and we'll probably be able to read the inscription, is for Theobald Roche. And you can see up at the top it says AD 1634 there.
That's old.
That's very, very old. So 1634, Theobald Roche. We've already talked about the Roches there with the fish shield, I should say. But there's a huge hole here. Look at that. Wow. Wow, look at that. It's almost like steps, isn't it?
Looks like steps down, yeah, with the old stone.
Yeah. That is mad. I'm just going to zoom in because I actually think... Is that a bone there?
Under beside the rock.
I can't
The
get the
round
gimbal
piece
to
down here.
there. Whoops.
Just there in front.
It does actually look
The
like it,
round
doesn't
piece.
it? Wow. That's hard to believe, but I'm going to try and turn the gimbal. It's almost like different areas, like steps and stuff, isn't it?
There's another area underneath there.
Yeah, that's definitely a bone. I can't really show you because it goes into the shade, but just to the left of that, there's actually like a socket, a hip socket bone there as well. So, Very, very interesting. As I said, 1600, 1634. It's wrote there, his name is there, Theobald Roche. But yes, I'm not entirely sure where this lady lived. As I said, it was the 1830s. And as I said, she lived here with her 2 cats and had been seemingly for a few years. You know, I mean, living in a vault, I can't even understand how, you know, how a lady, a woman could possibly feel safe, or, do you know, it's such a strange story, but it happened. And as I said, she had her 2 cats living there with her. So we come into another area, and this is beautiful because just off it we have a lovely walkway, the cloisters. I mean, there is quite a lot left of this priory. So this is the east range of the priory, and it leads us, as I said, to the cloisters. And I'm actually going to show you the cloisters because when we go out here, wait till you see this, guys. Look at that. That is fantastic. So this would have been the busiest part of the priory. So lots of coming and going into different areas. One area, of course, being the courtyard. Another area being their kitchen. And they actually believe that the kitchen area was right in here. So this, they reckon, was the kitchen area. Lovely to get right up there, wouldn't it? Under is their steps.
An elevator.
An elevator would be nice. So look at this, like this is just fantastic. As I said, there's a lot of the rooms left. So as I said, different areas, you would have sleeping quarters, the nave where they would have said mass, chancel area with beautiful windows still here. This one is, okay, so this one is caged off, this area. Wow, that's actually quite amazing, isn't it? I'm not sure whether we're going to get into that area. Can you imagine the work that they put into this place?
Those stones, yeah.
Huh?
That big stone there in the middle was for preaching.
Was it?
Yeah. They used to use that, I think it...
Like a preaching stone?
They used to preach from that stone during meals and stuff, I think.
Okay, so this was the preaching stone, seemingly, and they probably would have ate here and said their prayers prior to having their meals. Oh, we can get in here. We just have to get into it on a different way. Wow, look at that. So they have big iron rafters, aren't they?
Beams, yeah.
Ooh, look at in here. Oh, it's very mucky. Oh my God, there is steps. This was probably the site of the stairs leading to the rectory. So, oops. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. You're all right. We don't have to go up. So the stairs would have originally been up here, but they have sealed that off, and I'm sure that is for health and safety reasons. But I'd like to have gone at least and tried to climb up there. And it kind of just brings us back around to, this is the courtyard. And then as you can see there, then you have the cloisters. Look at the way the top of the cloisters are. So there would have been an upper stairs or an upper story of the building, and it was probably the dining hall. So the Augustine canons generally preferred to eat their food at first floor level as a reflection of the upper room in which Christ and his disciples had the Last Supper. So very interesting. Now, it is actually very, very beautiful. And we're actually lucky because there are people coming and going. So I'm not sure what the holes are there. Let me just read this bit. So it says the high gable of the rectory is not an original feature but was erected in the 16th or 17th century. Indeed, the refectory seems to have been converted into a defended structure. So you can see all these holes here in the wall, and I believe that these were actually inserted into the wall to place firearms into. So, I mean, that would have been after, I presume, the abbey was a priory, but they're actually all over the place. They're in all of the walls. So it kind of makes you kind of think, doesn't it? I mean, it went from being an extremely holy area where there was lots of prayer to almost like a fortified castle nearly. But I love the cloisters, are absolutely amazing.
Probably that was the public works are involved in this.
Yeah, I think it's the Cork County Council now are, you know, they have ownership of it. There was talks that the Roches that we read, Theobald Roche, and the one with the fish in the shield, that they somehow took it over at some stage because, you know, King Henry VIII he dissolved all the ministries. And as I said then, Oliver Cromwell destroyed the bridge that was near here, giving it the name of Bridgetown Priory. We've something here on the wall. This small building is probably a 17th or 18th century addition to the monastery. We do not know what it was used for, but it may have been intended partly for defence. The musket holes in the end wall are incorrectly set and may have been reused from another area. Guns were in widespread use in Ireland for this period, or in this period. Wow. So, have a look up there actually, that is beautiful too. The place is huge, and they reckon it's one of the best kept priories in Ireland. I want to have a look at the sign down here. This seems to just go into woodlands. And it's just going on about the water supply. And you know, this is the reason why they would have chosen such sites, because right down here, I think it's the River Blackwater, runs close by. So, I mean, they would have fished there. So it would have been kind of essential for them to build so close to rivers and lakes. And this is, you know, the picture of what the priory would have looked like, which is quite outstanding really, that such a structure was being able, you know, was made all that long ago, like no tools, no machinery. Amazing. So there's just a little pathway into the woods here, and I have just noticed 2 headstones all the way out here. That one has a cross on it, but no inscription. And this one is completely covered in. Do you know what those are now? Like a headstone and a footstone. It's one grave.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
We've seen it before, yeah. Let's have a quick little look, make sure we're not missing anything. I think it's just like a little pathway through the woods. But it's strange that that grave is there, isn't it? All the graves inside. Could it possibly mean that there's more graves out here, maybe? Look at that. It's actually very haunting looking there. But I mean, I still can't get the vision of a woman and her 2 cats living in a tomb out of my head. I mean, what in her lifetime made her homeless to have to live in a tomb, in a priory? And obviously the locals knew, because they were certainly helping her, and you know, feeding her. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. We're blessed with a beautiful day.
Really bang in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
It is in the middle of nothing. The roads here are just like, you might as well be driving across a mountain. There's those tiny little thin roads, only room for one car. Isn't that gorgeous now with the sun coming through it?
Yeah. And I suppose they really lived a simple lifestyle, didn't they?
They surely did. So all of the areas off the cloister would have had different, you know, there would have been different areas, like there would have been another area down there, courtyard, kitchens, places of prayer. Right, so guys, that's all I have time for here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscription is free. I have a membership for my channel as well if you'd like to join that. But for now, guys, take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you all again soon.